Hello everyone, welcome back to Real Red Talk, the #1 independent fan channel dedicated to Manchester United. This is your preview for the Carabao Cup tie where we take on Burnley at Old Trafford on Wednesday night. It's been a hot minute since we last played, unless you count them dreadful friendlies against Cadiz and Betis. And don't get me wrong, the World Cup's been absolutely amazing, but it's time for United now. We're back, so I'm super excited for this preview. I'm sure Sam is too. How are you feeling going into this one, Sam?
I was absolutely dreading it because I thought it was going to be about -5 and going to Old Trafford. And I was like, this is not going to be fun. But the weather has been 14 degrees today, and it's supposed to be pretty warm tomorrow. So it's all right. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good.
How mad is it that I said it before to my girlfriend this morning. I said it actually feels warm. Like
Yeah.
it's only 13. It was like 10 degrees or something. But because it's been -6, 7, it's been so fucking cold here. It's like it feels like a little bit of heat. You know what I mean?
Dan sat there going, fucking hell, it's freezing. 13 degrees.
Yeah.
What's going? That's
I
so
know.
cold.
I know. But honestly, Dan, like the -7, -8, it was like walking into a freezer when you walked out your house. Nice to have you on. Are you excited to watch United again?
Yeah, very happy to see United back on the channel and the games. I'm really happy because the teams which I chose for the World Cup didn't perform well, so I want to really quickly go
Yeah.
off from this World Cup to Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't forget, guys, you can subscribe to our channel by clicking the button in the bottom right corner of your screen. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers as quick as we can. So if you can help us achieve that goal, that would be incredible. Make sure you smash a like on the video as well before we start the official show. We always start the previews off with a bit of warm-up questions. So, Sam, I've got a great one here for you. In your opinion, who's a better manager, Sean Dyche
Oh, God.
or Gareth Southgate?
Club manager, Sean Dyche.
Just manager.
Club manager, Sean Dyche has done better, hasn't he?
Dyche it. Well, yeah, I think what was Gareth Southgate spelled? Was it
Middlesbrough.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't do great there, did he? So you're going with a Dyche. You're going with Sean Dyche.
Just because he's accomplished more in the club game. And Gareth Southgate has won fuck all.
Take that, Gareth. You shit. Dan, would you rather win the Carabao Cup or finish 4th?
I would finish fourth. I want Champions League more than Carabao.
Champions League. Okay, that's fair enough. And Sam, this one's mainly for you because I don't think Dan will get the reference. But what is the correct term? Is it a chip balm, butter, or roll? Because let me explain to Dan first. So up north, Dan, in England, is this kind of debate as to what's the right way to say it. So we have chippies over here that are it's like an English tradition kind of thing, and some people call it in Burnley, obviously the team that we're playing, they call it like a chip muffin or something like that. I call it a chip balm, but I think it's important to know what Sam calls it. What do you call it, Sam?
If it's on a balm cake, it's a chip balm. But if you get bread, 2 slices of bread, it's a chip butty.
A chip butter. I agree. I am with that. But the people of Burnley call it a chip roll, so I'm just ironing out the proper way
They're wrong.
to say it.
They're wrong.
Yeah, they are wrong. Absolutely, they are wrong. Out of curiosity, Dan, what would you call a chip sandwich? Would you just call it a chip sandwich?
We just call everything here a sandwich if it involves a bread.
Everything's a
Fair
sandwich.
enough. I think some people need to take that simplicity for me. I think, yeah, that's fair enough. So it's a chip balm for me. Anything with bread is a sandwich for Dan, and it's a chip balm or a chip butty for Sam. I'm glad we've ironed that out.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's turn our focus to the game Wednesday. I was going to say tomorrow night then. Wednesday night, it's Burnley. Wednesday night in cold conditions. Can't get any more northern than that for a chance to advance into the next round of the Carabao Cup. Burnley creeped past Crawley Town, see what I did there, in their last game to advance into the next round of the competition, and they are a completely different team under Vincent Kompany, guys. I was actually speaking to a Burnley fan before, believe it or not, just to get a measure on where they're at, like in terms of the tactics
Are they
and
real?
approach.
Do they exist? Do they exist?
No, I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Someone who Alicia knows, funnily enough. But yeah, he said their style of play now is completely different, very possession based, but with quick transitions at times to catch the opposition out. Lots of similarities to how City play with possession around the box and players running with the ball. Big difference from Sean Dyche with them starting each game on the front foot rather than sitting back trying to nick a goal on the break. He also said they're scoring a lot of late goals. United should be careful with Benson cutting inside, and their fullbacks overlap quite a lot. Bayer is a standout player at the back for them, but they have been vulnerable from set pieces. But as we know, with Manchester United, we're not great from set pieces. They're not exactly our go-to when you want to score a goal. So, in fact, we're actually one of the worst teams in the league for that. So, I don't think we're going to be getting a goal from that anytime soon. Sam, going into this one, a little bit hard to judge, innit? You've got some players who are available. Form kind of goes out the window because we haven't had a consistent run of games due to the World Cup. There'll be a mixture of players who, don't play together all the time. So what's your thought on that?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very similar feeling to like a friendly, like as we saw in Cadiz and Betis. I think it's going to be that sort of feel because we're going to have a mixed match team. We'll have a couple of first teamers like Anthony Martial, David De Gea, I assume. They'll be in the team, and then you'll obviously be missing big players like Lisandro Martinez, who's World Cup champion. Congratulations to Lisandro Martinez, by the way. Rafael Varane, who may or may not be injured. We're not sure at this point. But obviously he wouldn't be back anyway. And then I think the England players are still off, I believe. I believe they've got this week off. I think they're back in training tomorrow. Yeah. Which would probably mean they're not available for Wednesday, I'd assume. If they only do 1 day of training, I don't think they'll be there. Maybe on the bench, maybe. I don't know. I heard Diego Dallo came back from training immediately. Like once Portugal went out, he was literally at the training ground the next day, which credit to that guy because fucking hell, like God knows we need him because if he doesn't play, it's Terrell Malacia or Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, and that doesn't fill me with confidence in any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, it's going to be a mixed match team. I think it'll have a bit of a friendly feel. It'll probably start very slow. We'll probably be on the back foot for a lot of it, but there's going to be a lot of exciting youth options, which I'm looking forward to watching, like Garnacho especially. I know one
only
of my
talking 5 minutes.
Yeah, one of my only other favourite players, Teden Mengi. You said he was injured. Did you say he was injured?
Yeah, he went off on a stretcher,
which is unfortunate because I think that guy is like really talented, but not to be, unfortunately.
Sorry, there is a few updates on injury. So I've been looking into this because there isn't a press conference tomorrow from Ten Hag. God knows why. I have no idea. I would have loved that because there's a lot of probably there's a lot of questions that need to be asked. I feel like, and it would have been nice to hear them. But there isn't a press conference tomorrow. But I've been looking into it. So Dallo came back early, but I'm still hearing things and seeing things from journalists that he won't be playing until the Wolves game, maybe. That's what I've seen. Rafa Varane isn't injured. He was just exhausted and he had a virus. That's what Samuel Lockhurst has put. So he's not injured. That's good news, I suppose. Lisandro's obviously going to want to be celebrating it in Argentina.
He's gone missing in Buenos Aires, him, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he's not.
Do you blame him? I mean, no. I don't know. Just as a quick thing, have you seen the scenes in Buenos Aires?
Millions of people.
Unreal.
Millions.
Honestly, if anyone just Google drone footage of Buenos I can't even pronounce it, but yeah, beautiful. Absolutely.
One thing about Varane is whenever he gets injured, the way he looks out in the pitch and the way he gives the reaction, we feel like he's out for the season.
Yeah. It was like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember that in the last game as well when he went down? He thought he was out for the World Cup.
He was crying, wasn't he?
He was crying his eyes out, but then he was like, he played in the first game or he was a sub in the first game, so it's not the end of the world. And one thing I will throw out there just before I'm going to ask you a question in a sec, Dan, is they've been playing the World Cup, so it's not as if they're not fit, they're match fit. Do you know what I mean? I think the players that have gone out like England or Brazil, these kind of guys, they've had enough time now to come around to it, and Portugal. So me personally, I don't see why they shouldn't play. But God knows, let's see what Erik Ten Hag does tomorrow. If you are Erik Ten Hag tomorrow, Dan, how serious do you take this game?
Yeah, I would take this very serious, even more than FA Cup. The reason behind is that we are already in round of 16, and probably the two of the biggest opponent we have in this tournament is City and Liverpool, and they are facing each other in their next game in round of 16. So I think it's going to be a very easy path till the end. So only strongest opponent would be one of City and Liverpool. So I would really play a strongest 11, available 11 in this game. And Ten Hag has shown us that he is very serious about these games, and he has always started a very strong lineup. And top 4 this season, and plus a trophy like this one would be a good progress in this in this season, as well as a big step towards the next season also.
Absolutely. Believe it or not, Pep Guardiola's first trophy was the Carabao Cup. Is there something in that? I don't know. And also Chelsea and Arsenal are both out of the competition. So there's only two strongest teams left in Liverpool and City. So you make a great point there, Dan. In terms of head-to-head, we haven't played them in a while, but whenever we have recently, especially under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they've been a bogey team for us. There's been times, I don't know if you remember the games in January, lads, the Jay Rodriguez goal, the draw that we had against him.
One of the worst games I've ever seen, that game, honestly.
Dreadful.
God.
Yeah, absolutely dreadful. So we haven't had the best of form against them, but obviously they've got a new manager now, it's slightly different. And overall, we have had the better of him. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game. It's not going to be easy like people think. Burnley playing really well. They're at the top of the league at the minute, in very good form. So it's going to be a very tough game for us.
Scoring goals as well. Like I think they've scored 3 goals in the last 3 games as well. Burnley.
Yeah.
So they've done the scoring goals, which is not like Burnley. Burnley don't score goals normally. They snatch a 1-0 win or a 0-0 draw or something, and they're scoring goals. So that makes them dangerous for sure.
Yeah, Vincent Kompany's got them playing really good football. Sam, obviously you're actually going to Old Trafford to watch this.
Yep.
What do you think? Obviously it's hard to get a scale on it, but what do you think the atmosphere is going to be like whilst you're there? Do you think it's going to be a bit mixed? Do you think because we've been dehydrated so long of United football, it'll be different? Like, what do you reckon?
Well, but the top tiers are closed off. I know that, so we're only going to get about 62,000, I think, due to the ambulance strikes. Full support to those lads, by the way. Everybody on strike for good pay. I support every single one of you. I hope you get your money.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's going to be 10,000 less, which sucks. You always like a full stadium. But I think the atmosphere, I think it'd be quite raucous. Like you said, we've been starved of United for so long. I know a lot of people are not massive England fans, me included. I'm not a massive England fan. I am a big World Cup fan. I fucking love the World Cup and I love football. So I enjoyed the tournament matches, all the sort of political stuff and human rights stuff aside. The matches themselves were fantastic. Loved every minute. Yeah. So, but yeah, I've been itching to get back to United for a long time. It feels like months and months. I mean, it's only been 4 or 5 weeks, but it feels like longer than that. Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of people feel the same as me, and I think they're itching to get back. So yeah, I expect a really sort of rowdy atmosphere. A lot of people. It'll be the last game before Christmas as well. We don't play till, is it the day after Boxing Day we play? Not
27th we play.
Yeah, so it's a week between this game and the next game. So I think a lot of fans will be excited, and hopefully they get behind the lads. There'll be a lot of young lads in the team. So yeah, hopefully we get behind them and we can push them on to get into the next round.
Absolutely. I wish I was going to, I would have been going if I weren't going away. But yeah, jealous that you're going to Old Trafford. I hope you enjoy it though, regardless. Dan, for Burnley, last time they was in the Premier League, obviously they had the manager Sean Dyche before they kind of went down, who they eventually end up sacking. At the time, they was playing a very rigid kind of 4-4-2 long ball style. But they were still getting points. Would that bother you as a fan, if even though you were still getting results regardless of the style of play, let's say?
If my team is like a bottom level team, then I won't mind it. Have a win with no matter what the way we play, and how many times we have got that type of results. We have depended on the moments with the long balls and this thing. But at the end of the day, the points matters when your team is not that much dependent or not that much dominating. But yeah, now we can see that Burnley, they are playing a different type of game in this season. They have been scoring a lot of goals. Like in last 4 games, they have scored almost 3 goals in each and every games, and they have tall players in their team. The defenders are tall and their striker are tall, and they have good wingers as well. So the last four games, their wingers have won the games for them. So it's going to be a very tough one with our defenders are not in. They are not still not. It's still not decided whether Varane will be there or not to start the game, and with striker confusion, and there is no solidity for us when it comes to a striker role. So we may struggle to score goals, and Burnley has always been a team who has given pain when you want to score a goal, and they have been defending like hell. So that could be a very tricky one for us when it comes to when we are like more than 60 minutes without scoring a goal. That could become a very tough game for us.
And like we said before, they are in great form at the minute. Currently top of the table, Sam, 6 points ahead of Sheffield. 2 questions for you. Do you think they'll get promoted back to the Premier League? And do you rate do you respect the Championship league in terms of quality?
I think they probably will get promoted. The way they're playing and the way the Vincent Company's got them there, and they're scoring goals, which was always Burnley's problem, but scoring goals. Yeah. They tended to frustrate a lot of teams and stand up at the back, and it'd be really frustrating trying to score against them, which is how they got most of the points. They brought in that Weghorst, didn't they, in Sean Dice's last season, who...
Messi's arch nemesis.
Yeah, and it just seemed like that was going to be the answer when it lump a ball forward to this massive dude at the front and trying to score goals. Yeah. Didn't really go well. But Vincent Kompany, yeah, he's obviously learned from people like Pep, possession-based football. He's gotten playing really well. I'm sure the new manager bounce helped. He's come in with some fresh ideas because how long was Sean Dyche there? Like 10 years? 8 years, 9 years?
Long time. Long time.
So fresh ideas. I know they've got a new owner as well. New ownership recently.
I think so. Yeah.
So,
I think so.
Fresh start for the club and stuff. So yeah, look, it's really positive going on up there, which I'm sure Burnley fans are very happy about. What was the other question? The going up, and then what was the other question?
Just the quality of the Championship. Do you respect it when you're coming up against them in a cup competition?
I think certain teams, there's yo-yo clubs, isn't there, that just go up and down constantly, like West Brom, Norwich. They're always up and down there. It feels like there should be a league in between the Championship and the Premier League. There should be a league in there somewhere for those guys to play in because they just like, what the fuck are Norwich doing? Like, honestly, like they're just not doing anything, are they? Like, it's a pointless endeavour. They get promoted, they get relegated, they get promoted, they get relegated. So
they're just there for that. That's all they're doing.
Yeah. So. Championship is a very physical league. I think it's great for sort of young players from bigger teams to go to and learn their trade, learn how to play men's football, be physical with the ball, learn how to be like develop your strength on the ball, etc. I think that's what it's really good for. But in terms of sort of quality, it can be missing sometimes. There are some quality players in there. Don't get me wrong. Like these players come out of the Championship that, like Jamie Vardy's come from what was it, League 2 or something. So.
Mitrovic, look at Mitrovic now in the Prem.
So there's quality players that come out there, but as a whole, I'd say there's the reason that it's structured the way it is, and only 3 teams managed to get up. So yeah, very physical league, very different to the Premier League, not as quick, but yeah, you've got to be quite tough to survive in that sort of league because they're not going to let you get away with little tricks and stuff. They will crop you at the slightest opportunity.
Yeah. Especially Burnley on a Wednesday night, like you can only imagine. I know they say Stoke on a windy, wet night on Wednesday, but Burnley's just like that as well. I'm going to touch on, or we're going to touch on, should I say, on individual personnel in a second. Just a very quick question for you both: who is a must to start in this game? Like, who do you think just one player really needs to start in this?
Nick, I don't need to answer that, you know.
Garnacho for Sam. Dan.
Rashford.
Garnacho as well, you think?
No, Rashford.
Oh, Rashford, sorry.
I don't think the England players are going to be back in time. I think they only come back to training tomorrow, so I don't know if they'll be ready.
See, I think they will. I think they'll be fine because they've been playing in the World Cup. They've had regular football. They've had, 5 days a week off, something like that. One training. I don't know. Ten Hag might go a different route. I have no idea. But I have a feeling he'll still be relatively strong tomorrow, maybe mixed with a few youngsters in there. I'm not sure, but it's hard for anyone to predict, really, isn't it? Like it's just going to be one of them teams that most people are. Can't wait for the predicted 11s, which we'll do shortly as well.
No idea.
Yeah,
no idea. Fucking.
Yeah, just a couple of individuals I want to speak on. So obviously we've spoken in depth about how well our players have performed during the World Cup. Again, a couple of questions, and any of you guys can take this. One, do you see them carrying that form through? You know, someone like, for example, Bruno Fernandes, who's been criticised for his performances at times for Manchester United, but he was absolutely incredible for Portugal and a key player for them. Do you think he'll carry that form through? Maybe I'll go to Dan first because he's a Portugal man, isn't he?
Yeah, actually, I'm really happy that Bruno Fernandes was able to put in good performances for Portugal because that was missing in the last couple of years when he was playing for Portugal, or maybe could be because coach might have not known how to use him because he was not a regular starter for Portugal 2 years back when United bought him. but now he's like a regular starter and could be a contender for a future captain also. So I think he can continue the same form in the Premier League because he's that type of player, or he plays in that position wherein whether you play in the internationals or in the Premier League or the club games, that both particular position will have the same role to play in both the places. So I think Bruno should be fine in playing back in the Manchester United dress.
Yeah. Do you think, Sam, maybe the shadow of Cristiano, obviously him not being involved anymore, do you think that'll play a part at all?
Yeah, 'cause I think I've said several times, I think Bruno plays better when Ronaldo's not in the team. And I think he struggles when Ronaldo's in the team because he feels like he has to respect Ronaldo and then everything has to go through him. Whereas I think Bruno thrives when he's the sort of main man and things are being dictated through his play. And we saw that when he dropped Ronaldo for the World Cup game, and Bruno was one of the best players on the pitch. Like he absolutely bossed it. So I think that'll be really similar. Ronaldo's gone now from United, which is, I think overall it's good for Man United. We've removed someone who there was so much attention on, and there was so much just news articles being written and just constant attention about. And Ten Hag, I'm sure, was just sick of questions, just dreading.
Probably why he's not doing a press conference.
I'm sure he was dreading questions coming back, just going, I can't fucking deal with this. So yeah, it's good that Ronaldo sort of moved on now, and we can sort of focus on building this team, bringing in players who want to be here, who want to fight for their place in the team and stuff. But yeah, I think Bruno will be a big part of that. And I think Diego Dallo, another guy who didn't get his opportunities at the World Cup, but he performed very, very well when he did. I thought he should have started more games personally, but it's Portuguese managers who's in charge, not me. But he's going to be really integral, and hopefully we get right back at some point, because if he gets injured, we're in big, big trouble.
Yeah, it's a very good point. That right back situation.
I think it's actually good that Dallo was able to play in the last couple of games where he has showed that he can play. Because before that, Cancelo was on the right and Nuno Mendes was on the left. And if I would have been a manager, I would have definitely kept Dallo on the bench. But it's good that he has proved himself, and he started the last two games.
Cancelo was terrible, wasn't he, as well? He was poor, really, really poor.
Yeah.
So
maybe that's a systematic kind of thing. He just does not fit in that at all, because obviously for City he tends to drift into that pivot kind of position and plays in midfield a lot for them when they've got the high press on and stuff. So I don't know if it was a system kind of thing, but all I know is Dallo played really, really well for him, and he looked good for Portugal. Hopefully he's back shortly. I mentioned Cristiano Ronaldo there. Obviously him going leaves a blank spot up top, even though he wasn't playing a lot of games, but he was still kind of there or thereabouts. Another talking point in the team, Sam, was to do with Rashford, Martial. Can they take the mantle, at least until we sign another striker? Are you confident with them two filling in that position?
Rashford, for sure. Rashford's been one of our best players, I think, this season so far. In phenomenal form, scored goals, played in number 9, played on the left, played on the right. He played well for England. I think he didn't get enough minutes for England, in my personal opinion. I thought he should have started way more games, but Gareth Southgate's the manager. So I think, Rashford, I have all the faith in the world. I think he's come good this season after one of the worst seasons I've ever seen from him. Last season was abysmal. So yeah, he's been really, really good. Martial, I never doubt his ability. His doubt is his fitness. That's his biggest flaw. Can he stay fit? Can he stay uninjured for the rest of the season? Because, like you said, we've lost Ronaldo. When Ronaldo was here, we were already a striker down because Martial was injured. And we're playing Rashford up top, who's not a natural number 9. He can do a job, but he's not a natural number 9. Ronaldo was in poor form, or in decline, whatever you want to sort of believe. And then Martial is injured pretty much all the time. So we were already short, and now with Ronaldo gone, we're even shorter. Like up front, it's like literally Martial or nobody. That's it. That's all we got. So, and then who are we going to expect to step up if Martial gets injured? So it's Rashford, and then who's next in line? Charlie McNeil. Like you relying on a 17-year-old kid to step up and play the games. It's not going to happen, is it? So. I know you want a striker in January. I know Severe thinks we're going to get a striker in January. I don't think we buy anybody. I don't think it happens. And so we're just going to have to hope that Martial stays fit, because otherwise we're in big shit.
Dan, there seems to be this thing. I don't know what it is with United the past 3-4 years, where there's always inconsistency in performances or injuries. Whether that's Martial, Rashford, these players that have been at the club for a long, long time. Does that concern you now for the rest of the season, especially if we don't go get a striker in January?
Yeah, exactly. Because even when you ask the same question to Sam, even I am confused that basically I still do not have the confidence in me when it comes to a striker. When you consider Rashford or Martial as a striker role, so because they are not yet proved themselves on a consistent basis, maybe in 1 or 2 games or in the like alternate games, they have shown that they can play in that position. But then
Yeah.
it comes again back to that consistency, and then we end up changing the player and the player's position. But at this point, as Sam also mentioned, even I think that Rashford on the left side, I would still start him, regardless of whether he's in form or not. But as a striker role, I'm having a big no for Rashford because he has shown the bits, but still has not shown that he can perform at the same level in all the games when he's starting up front. But with Martial, we have seen that he has been not that consistent, but he has been more consistent than Rashford when he plays on as a striker. But then again, it comes back to his injury concerns. So now I think the whole and even I'm with Sam when it comes to buying a striker with all what is going on with Blazers. If they are selling, they will not spend money on the team. And now Ten Hag might have to do with like playing three wingers in the team and then rotating the positions and doing something like
Mm.
that. So yeah, that's what my concern is. I hope that we end up well and end up in the top four, but really not having a striker is a big concern for me.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a concern for Eric Ten Hag going into January, and he'll try demand one. Whether he'll get one or not, I have no idea. There is a thing going on with the Glazers at the minute, and I think we will earn more from it because obviously all the journalists are coming back from the World Cup now. So I do think we will hear more things in regards to the sales and ownership and stuff. Because all we've heard at the minute is just kind of regurgitated stuff about look, the Rain Group are looking for between 6 to 7 million, and they're talking to various people. And Sam, you put a post out on Instagram, didn't you, about the going to Doha or something and having talks?
Yeah, they were spotted speaking to Saudi and Qatari investors. Obviously,
Mm.
Qatar own PSG, and Saudi Arabia have just bought Newcastle under the is it PIG? Was it Public Investment Group? I think it was called something like that. Basically, the Saudi government owns it. They label it under. It's not the Saudi government, but it basically is the Saudi government owner. It's the same with the Qatari thing. So they would be banned from buying another club because it would be like a conflict of interest in terms of. But there's no ban on sort of a private wealthy individual from one of those countries buying the club. So they could always just stick it in some wealthy individual's name and then do it that way because there's ways and means around these things, as we know with City apparently earning more revenue than Manchester United last year, which is shocking. Absolutely shocking. I don't believe it for a fucking word. But yeah, there's ways and means around it. So the Athletic reported that they were speaking to Qatari and Saudi investors. So I'm sure they're speaking to a lot of people. How many of these bids are going to come to fruition? I don't know. And obviously the Glazers are going to go with the biggest money pile, aren't they? They're not going to.
It's an auction. It's an auction.
They're not doing a proper owner's test. They don't give a shit who owns it. Who's whoever going to give them the biggest pile of cash, that's who's going to get it. So.
Look, I'd love to speak more about the ownership and the changing of ownership, but obviously it is a Burnley preview, so I want to dive into some quick fire questions. Will we score more than 2 goals tomorrow?
I think we'll score 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think even that's bold considering the because everyone coming back from the World Cup, mixture of form, etc. But could do. Will Garnacho start?
Yes.
No.
Nope.
Do
we keep a clean sheet?
Fuck you.
Do we keep a clean sheet, lads?
Yeah.
No.
No. Ooh. Name 1 goal scorer, if any.
Garnacho.
Martial.
How far will we go in this tournament?
What round's this? This last 16?
16, I think. I think it's
all of
16.
16. Yeah.
Semi-final.
I think we can go till final if we do not face City or Liverpool on the way.
Just avoid them at all costs. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, love that.
Just one question: is it a lot is played whenever for the next round, or is it already planned? The structure of the tournament is planned.
No, I think it's random, innit? They just pick out of like a finger, whatever
Yeah,
they call
I don't think there's brackets like the World Cup.
No, there's no brackets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could get anyone from, I don't even know who's left in it, but we could get a championship team again, or we could get a Premier League team. Let's just focus on Burnley for now. As long as we get past Burnley, because it's going to be one of them games. It's just like slodgy.
It's not going to be pretty. It won't be pretty.
No, it's not.
Gonna be pretty.
It's not. It's going to be 1-0 off the back of someone's ass in the 90th minute or something. Probably. That's what I'm guessing.
I'll take
Absolutely. Yeah. With that said, let's do predicted 11s. I'll go through mine very quickly as always, and then I'll ask you guys for yours. At this point, it's
no
a lottery.
idea.
No one, no one fucking knows.
Oh, fucking hell.
I don't even know who are all back in the team.
I'm gonna go with this. You know what? I would love to see who gets the closest to this because it's a fucking minefield at the minute.
Are you gonna put Lindelof at right back? Are you gonna do that?
No, even De Gea, like Dubravka played in the Villa game.
Yeah.
You know when we beat him 4-2.
Yeah.
So I don't know if De Gea is even gonna be. I'll go with De Gea. I'll start with De Gea. Wan-Bissaka because I think Dalot won't be fit. Or Malacia at right back.
Fucking
but
hell.
I'm gonna go with Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw. I think he'll start. McTominay, Fred, Bruno, Rashford, Martial, Garnacho. I think. But fuck knows. No idea. Dan, do you want to tell us yours?
Yeah. De Gea, right back Dalot, centre back pairing the same. Maguire and Lindelof are the same.
Jesus, we're going back to that. Fucking hell.
Olive ball.
Oh.
Let's go.
When I said
Burnley
same,
with Lindelof and Maguire. What the fuck, man?
When I said same, I just reminded of that season when Maguire and Lindelof were the starting pair. So Maguire and Lindelof, and on the left back, I think Luke Shaw will be there, and midfield Casemiro, Bruno, and Eriksen. Hope they are all back in the team, and the front three would be Rashford, Martial. Is Anthony back?
I don't
He's
know.
back in training. He took a picture in training yesterday, so he's in training.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
We could start.
Yeah. Rashford, Martial, Anthony.
I hope so. I hope it's the team that you've picked anyway, because that's probably got the best chance of winning.
I don't like Lindelof and Maguire though. I don't like that.
No,
really don't like
Sam,
that.
who are you going for?
I think Dubravka starts. I think we see Terrell Malacia at right back. Lindelof. Centre back, I'm struggling on. I'm really struggling with centre back. Who have we got fit? Is Twanzebe fit? Is he fit?
Nope.
No, Mengi's not fit. Who have we got? Phil Jones.
Maguire.
Phil Jones. Has he been banned from the training ground?
No. Phil ain't starting. I would be gobsmacked if Phil Jones started tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll go with Maguire because I can't think of anybody else. And I think Brandon Williams starts at left back because he started there for the last 2 friendlies. Eriksen.
Oh shit, forgot about Eriksen.
I think Zidane Iqbal. I think he gets a start. Scott McTominay. Garnacho, Martial, and Elanga.
Oh, that's a depressing team. That's like the opposite
we've got.
to Dan.
That's who we've got.
Dan, I hope your team is the right one because I don't want to see that shit show tomorrow.
Dan, when I walk into Old Trafford, if I see that team when I'm walking on my phone, I'll be very happy. If I see my team, I'm gonna be fucking annoyed.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be fun.
Live reactions from the ground. Score predictions, fellas.
2-0.
I'll go with 2-1.
2-1. And you said 2-0. Ooh. I'll go 1-0.
I didn't mention the team.
Who's what?
No, he said 2-0, but he didn't mention the team.
Yeah, C United. It'd be 1-0 C United. I'll tell you what, if Sam's team's predicted 11 starting, we'll probably draw the game.
Yeah.
But if we have the right players back, if Tanag goes with the World Cup players that have come back, I expect them to beat him. But it's going to be a tough game. It will. Burnley are a good team, man.
Jordan Chews in the chat. He's saying Manuel Benson hat-trick inbound, and Shreyas is saying 1-1.
1-1. Also, get your team predictions as well, because I think that's super
drop them
interesting.
in
I
the
want to
chat.
know who you think. Yeah, who you guys think will start.
Is it a replay when it goes to 1-1 or extra time penalties, direct penalties?
I think
No,
it's
I don't
extra
think it's no
time. I think it's extra time.
Is it?
Yeah, extra time
Yeah,
and penalties. So it could be
yeah,
a long
no
night.
replay.
I could be there till fucking 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Sam's gonna be an icicle by the time we and lose on penalties to Burnley and just be sat there freezing. Jesus Christ.
Pain in the ass.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But equally, it's very nice to see Manchester United back. Don't get me wrong. I've absolutely loved the World Cup. Like I said at the start of the show, it's been an amazing tournament. But I am absolutely ready for Manchester United back, whether it's Burnley in the Carabao Cup or not. I'm excited, and hopefully we start off again on the right foot and we continue with our form, winning, and maybe Garnacho will get another goal. Who knows? That concludes the show for today, fellas. Thank you for everyone watching. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. United are back in action and the games are coming thick and fast, so make sure you turn on that notification bell. If you want regular updates and general news and clips from the show, be sure to check us out on social media as well. All the handles are at the bottom of the graphic, or just head to the link in the video description. Sam, thanks for coming on. Hope you enjoyed the game on Wednesday.
Yeah, Adams put his team lineup: Adoub, One Biscuit, Phil Jones, Lindelof, Shaw as the back five. That's Adams' predicted lineup.
He might be right. He might be right.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's not going to be that cold, thankfully. I checked the weather report. Like, if it would have been -7, I might have sold my ticket, because fuck going to watch Burnley at -7, not doing it. But it's going to be all right, so I'm going to go. So.
If it's -7, go with the flames on your body.
The flares, yeah. Yeah, needed some flares. Set a fucking little campfire in Old Trafford. Keep warm.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Likewise, Dan. Makes a change from watching Portugal, I suppose, doesn't it? Watching United on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a total change for me. I want to forget everything what I have seen in the last 30 days.
Dad's had a tough couple of months, hasn't he? Ronaldo has just absolutely kicked off and left United, and then he's been kicked out of Portugal, and then Portugal have failed. Dan's not had a good couple of months.
It was like series of disappointments. I supported Portugal, and England was my second team, and they both were out of the tournament in the same day. Then I thought I'll support Croatia. They were also out of the tournament. Then the final I supported France.
Morocco, yeah.
I supported France, and they also lost.
Yeah, it's not been great for Dan. I think if we lose to Burnley tomorrow, it might be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yeah,
to be honest,
he's had enough. He's done.
Yeah,
he's done.
Yeah, he's done. But we'll get the win. We'll get the win. Stay positive. United versus Burnley Wednesday night. I hope everyone enjoys it. United back in action. And thank you for everyone tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. Take care of yourselves. This has been the Burnley preview. Peace.